Hi, my name is Angie Janovic, and I'm going to be going over Module 11, discussing gifts to students and staff. What are gifts to students or staff? The book described them as personal goods or services for students or staff from the school fund. The gifts are for personal use, and they do exclude purchases made for the classroom. Gifts to students. When purchasing these gifts, it's important to think, is this appropriate? Is this what these funds should be used for? So it is appropriate if the incentives for fundraisers are purchased and only given to the students who participated. A common theme through the reading and videos is to make sure that the funds are being used for what they were intended for, set up for, or raised by. Awards for special achievement. These gifts should be inexpensive and age appropriate. Funding can come from general funds, athletic funds, or donations from parent groups and businesses. And as you're thinking about spending the funds, make sure you stop to think about public opinion, keeping those relationships open, and what the public is going to think about the money being spent. Gifts to staff members. There are different types of gifts. There are special occasions such as weddings, babies. Sometimes we have wedding showers or baby showers, or a gift, a card, or plants are sent if there happens to be a death in the family. Other types of gifts are fundraising incentives, recognitions, or token gifts. It's important to make sure that the committee decides on these procedures. They put it in writing to make sure everyone understands them, and that they review them yearly. This is just a chart showing some of the funds, some of the gifts that can be purchased. The special occasion gifts, these need to be reasonably priced, paid for from the Remembrance Fund. This is the fund that is set up by dues at the beginning of the year by staff or donations. They can also be from staff vending machines. If the staff is using the vending machines, then it can be used for staff special occasion gifts. Fundraising incentives can be provided if staff is involved, but just remember that those expenses should be subtracted from the profit and that it's reasonably priced, meaning 5% or less. Recognitions, these should be inexpensive, useful in the classroom, and make sure we're always referring to district guidelines. Token gifts, they should be inexpensive, and again, they come from staff funds or donated funds. An important thing to remember is that cash gifts, checks, or gift cards are thought of as cash and would have to be added to an employee's W-2. So a way to avoid that problem is to keep gifts inexpensive and tangible. Specific students or staffs, a lot of times staff really wants to do something special for anyone that has an illness or going through something serious. So the first thing you need to do is check with your district accounting department. And always remember that any cash given to a school employee would have to be added in as part of their wages. So one way to avoid any of those complications is to ask a parent organization to coordinate it, and that way the funds can be handled by a bank and not interfere with school funds. And that ends for Module 11 with our information coming from our text.